Right, good afternoon, fellow air gunners. Hope you're all doing well. I thought since it's a nice 26 degrees centigrade here in the UK, I thought, right, okay, I'll actually look through all my sort of my arsenal of air pistols, and I thought actually most of them not even shot on video. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is a nice little 1911 shoot. Instead of putting them all in individual videos, so I thought, you know what, let's just get them all together, so all the KWC Foundation 1911's. So without further ado, let's have a wee look, and here we are. So we'll just start off with, in fact, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll move the more updated TAC version so they can stay together, and then we'll have a look at the old schools, the very first 1911's replicas of. So here, yep, you can see that I've done reviews on this before, so I'm not going to go over them again in full detail, but you can see in front of you we have the 1911, but the Swiss Arms 1911 70s stainless pistol SSP. Basically this is the old school 1911. Front and rear fixed sights. You can tell by it's your old school 1911 style there, the old school hammer. This is one of the first variations of it, if that makes sense, but this would have been the A1 because it's got the little hump on the back there. Full metal lower and full metal slide. Yet these are actually a really good polymer, like plastic grip, but honestly it, you know, like a fake wood, but it does not matter, it doesn't take anything away from them. Again, these are all KWC Foundation, and what does that mean? Basically, I have done a video on it before, but these are all probably made in the same factory, but each airgun manufacturer wants to put their name to it. So again, this is Swiss Arms. You've got a Remington there, and these are practically the same pistols, but just sprayed differently. You know, this is actually machined in really well, and it's done extremely well. Yeah. So again, all the full functions, maybe 1911. So safety catches off. You have your grip safety there, but there is your safety on as well, but even depressed. Yep. Safety off. Depressed is your hand safety. Fire it off. So yeah, these are all your KWC Foundation, so they all take the same magazine, which is really helpful because I've got 4 of them now, so that is really handy. So there's that one, and that's your Swiss Arms. Just move that one out of the way. So this is my very first air pistol. Again, walked into sort of a gun shop, and we're just having a good look around, and I just noted this particular pistol, and I was like, oh, okay. So obviously I didn't know too much about air pistols, if that makes sense. And I said to the guy, "Oh, is this obviously a BB gun?" He said, "Yeah." I says, "Well, I don't have a UCARA, I don't do airsoft." And he says, "Oh, no, this is an air pistol and it fires steel ball bearings." And I said, "Right, okay. So what do you need for that then?" And he says, "Have you got your ID on you?" And I says, "Yep." And he goes, "Well, it's yours for 120 quid. And I was stunned. I was like, "So hold on, you need a UCARA for a 6mm airsoft," which is fair enough because they are replica firearms, that's fair enough. And hats off to airsofters, by the way. Absolutely hats off to you. I wish I had the time and the money to go to skirmishing sites, but unfortunately I don't. Hence why I stick with air pistols, so they can get delivered to the door, and all I need is a driving license. I don't have time, unfortunately, to go to skirmishing sites. I wish I did, because I would literally have every replica going. But anyway, so yeah, so I said to him, "Oh, this is I just need a driving licence to buy this. So I was like, right, it's sold. So yeah, this is my very first air pistol. Beautiful old school 1911, again Remington 1911 RAC. Again, that's quite a nice feature on it. But yes, unfortunately I did Remington do put a big stupid silly white writing warning on there which does spoil it, but you just get used to it eventually. But again, KWC Foundation, that's going to be mentioned a lot lately. See, it's exactly the same magazine as the 17 stainless pistol. But yeah, this is my very first air pistol. And to tell you the truth, I did not know these existed, if I'm honest. I know it seems a bit strange. People are probably thinking, what the hell, why didn't you know about these? Well, yeah, so that's why I was shocked when these fire a steel ball bearing, a 4.5mm steel ball bearing, and it uses CO2, which is a lot more powerful than green gas. And I said, so how come, you know, you've got to, you know, only have a driving licence? And apparently it's because these, well, obviously air guns in the UK are traceable. They do have serial numbers on, so when you buy one of these from a gun shop, it is recorded with your name and address and what serial number of your air gun belongs to you. And then, but apparently airsoft weapons, it's just a UCARA that you need. But again, that's a fair few visits to a skirmishing site, and 56 days, I believe, after so many trips. Like I say, I would love to, I really would, and I would probably be bankrupt because I would be buying every replica going. But yeah, that's why I only go for the most realistic air guns, because yeah, hats off to airsofters, honestly. I just don't have the time, unfortunately, but I really would love to. But yeah, again, I always digress, do apologise. But yeah, again, you can see I've shot this a fair few times, and again, it's an air gun, it's not a real pistol. The paint will eventually start to come off. But yeah, this is my very first air pistol. I'll never get rid of it because it's my first one. But again, I just like collecting them. You know, some people might find it strange, but I don't really care. It's a nice little hobby of mine. But yeah. So that is these two. Again, you can see that they're identical, more or less. Obviously, apart from the obvious, the engraving, the machined engraving. But again, obviously the different grips, but you can see the front sights, they are identical pistols. And yes, you can interchange the slides. That is quite fun. Sometimes you get a bit bored of the different colours, because you can do that. So yeah, again, fits nicely in a normal gun case, which is actually handy. And don't worry, I will shut up soon and we'll get some shooting done rather soon. Right then, so this brings me on to the more updated 1911's. So we have again in front of you another Swiss Arms, but this is the MRP version, the military rail pistol. So again, you've got your 1911 base here, obviously different grips, but these are your polymer grips, but it doesn't take anything away from it. It actually feels really good in the hand. You know, it's textured. In fact, that's, instead of having a sort of it's actually straight on the pistol grip there, and sort of like a grip on your on your grip safety. You can tell it's a more modern 1911. You've got front slide serrations, front rear, a lot more poignant serrations there, and then your raised fixed front and rear sights are your white dots, which are really good. But again, with these, you've got your skeletonized trigger and hammer, and it's a nice your blacked out trigger there, nice black colour mixes in with the pistol grips there, and obviously the sights, and a nice little chrome barrel there. But yeah, again, Picatinny rail, so it's your modern 1911. So yeah, again, you've got your safety catch with like an extension on it. It's just a more modern take on a 1911. And then this one's actually ambidextrous, which is handy for you lefties. But also, forgot to mention, with the Swiss arms, they come with an adapter. So if you do want to put a mock silencer on, you can. So again, that just screws on there, and you want to put a mock silencer on there, you can do. So yeah, all Swiss arms come with the adapter, which is handy. So yeah, really good. And it's got tiny made in Taiwan there, but it doesn't take anything away from it. Again, CNC machined, full metal lower and slide. Again, all these pistols that we're going to shoot today are full lockback after last shot, full blowback, no messing around, quite realistic. And again, guess what I'm going to say? KWC Foundation. See, it's exactly the same magazines. So I'm literally going to fill 2 magazines, and then off we go. This slide release. They're just really good replicas, really good. And then this bad boy you've seen in my other review, so I won't go into it too nuts, but the 6-hour 1911 Emperor Scorpion. What a pistol this is. This is from Sig Air, but still again 1911 Foundation. Apart from this 1911 KWC Foundation mag has just sort of the extension on the bottom, because this pistol in real life, the real steel, has its magazines like that. And then also this pistol has like kind of a flared mag well, and yeah, sort of a nice ruggedized grip there, Sig logo, good grip on front and back. And again, it's got your sort of serrations, slide serrations there, front and rear. Again, same as the military rail pistol. You've got your 3-dot sights, fixed front and rear. Skeletonized trigger and hammer though. Nice skeletonized trigger there. Bit more of a beaver tail on these. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention that on the military rail pistol as well. More modern 1911s have got a nice beaver tail. Bit more of a beaver tail. So again, you've got safety there, look. Ambi, as per. Good safety. Off we go. But yeah, serial number there, Sig Arms Incorporated, Exeter, USA. But yeah, a really good replica. And there's the good old sort of Sig. You know, you sort of what you can see on your 226s and your 228s, that line on there. But yeah, and what Sig Sauer did was very clever. Instead of putting white writing all over it, they hid it underneath here, which is really clever and really well done. And that's where your Picatinny rail is. You've got your caliber 177 4.5mm steel BB. But I love how that's actually machined in properly, not just etched in. I think that's stamped in by the looks of it. 1911. But anyway, without further ado, let's not mess about. I'll tell you what, while we're here, again, I have like a little, you know, when you get too many soaps and shower gels for Christmas and you get gift bags galore, I'm actually utilising a nice Lynx, the old Lynx shower gel bag, wash bag, and I basically keep all my CO2s in it. Believe it or not, there are plastic BBs, but 4.5mm in 177 caliber, so you can utilise them as well if you're shooting somewhere where, you know, it's going to go straight through. But yeah, your Pelican oil for your metal to metal contacts, silicon, that's Bisley by the way, silicon gun oil for the top of your CO2s. I use Humorex because they're the best, and they do actually have a tiny bit of lube in there. Oi oi. And yeah, and obviously I've kept bits and bobs of accessories from air rifles, and yeah, that's off me Crossman R1. So yeah. In fact, I wonder if would that actually fit on there. Sorry, this is random, but oh, ice cream man. Okay, that's proper random. So that's off my Crossman R1, but most airsoft and air rifles that'll utilise that. Might utilise that. That's off an AR type rifle, by the way. But yeah. Anyway, digressing. So CO2, keep a bit in there. Keep plenty of BBs. Anyway, right. Okie dokie. Which one can we shoot first? Let's have your 1911. So again, you've got your Allen key, Allen wrench, which you keep plenty of spares of in here. I've got about 7, 8 of them, because yeah, each spare magazine came with these. So. Silicon on top, drop it straight in, and again just take up, oh, there we go, bit of a hiss. Normally I do it that way to tighten it up, but it worked. Handy speed loader. These are the old ones by Crownland. People complain about them if you drop a bit of silicone oil in them, they're perfect. So, but yeah. So this mag has a little hold open there, which is really, really handy. In we go. How are we doing? Oh, spot on. And there you go. Loaded, ready to go. Right then. Really, 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 really quite realistic. Alright, here we go. Sorry about the music in the background again. The sun's out, so everyone's got to have their speakers out and start playing crap music. Apologies for that. So there you go, there's my target set at the moment. Bit of a zombie target going on, just a load of random bottles filled with water. So what I'll do is, what I'm actually going to do is just use one mag for each of the pistols. Yeah, because they're interchangeable mags, instead of messing around. So yeah. Right then. I'll tell you what, the recoil on this is absolutely insane. I'm going to try and do a bit of an angle for you there so we can lock back after last shot. Absolutely brilliant. I'll tell you what, the recoil on that is fantastic, and you can hear it hit impact with that box. It packs a punch, you know, like 300 meters per second. Sorry, 300 feet per second. 300 feet per second, it says on the box. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Full lock back after the last shot, no messing around. Recoil is powerful on them. Very, very, very powerful. Really impressed with it. Right, just pause it there, get some more BBs in, and off we go. Alright, welcome back, sports fans. So we now have the military rail pistol, Swiss Arms military rail pistol. So again though, I'm just going to keep the Emperor Scorpion 1911 mag. It's only literally got, the only difference is it's actually got just an extended mag, like thing at the bottom. But yeah, looks pretty good actually on there. Yeah. Alright. So again, I'll just do some, I'm using the camera now to aim, so. Again, we'll just get that side for you. What a pistol. Again, because it's KWC, the innings are exactly the same. The blowback on this thing is absolutely incredible, even on this one. Absolutely love all of these, I really do. But yeah, really good. So there is that one. That is your military rail pistol. Just make sure. Again, yeah, that's pretty cold now, but again, it's a nice warm day, so I should warm back up. Make sure we're empty. Yeah. Alright. Stay tuned for the next one. Right, welcome back. So we have gone for the Remington. This is my very first air pistol, like I said earlier. What I've done is I'm just going to utilise its own mag, even though the one would fit. Just the aesthetics of it, you know, we'll keep it vintage on vintage. But if you really did want to see, there is the other mag, the 1911 with the extended. That's what it would look like in a vintage looking 1911, but we'll go for the, you know, the vintage mag, so to speak. All right. Right, I'll just I got a bit stuck then, so there's too many in. But anyway, without further ado, look at that. There is your full lock back after last shot. Yeah, the power on these things, the recoil, absolutely love it. It's really, really interesting how powerful they actually are. And again, it's just an air gun, but yeah, really, really good. Really well made pistols. So yeah, just make sure this one is, yep, empty. Yep, sweet. Right, back in a second. Alright, okie dokie, that is mag ready to go. But again, now we're on to the 70 stainless. Beautiful vintage original. But again, that's a nice silver mag to go with that colour. But again, we'll just use the Remington's one. And what we'll do is we'll go from this angle for you. Again, exactly the same as the others. The recoil has an absolute bite on it. Really well worth it. Again, there's your full lock back, same as the others. Beautiful. Guys, girls, well worth it. Again, sorry for that lengthy video there, but I normally do sort of 16 to 20 minutes, but yeah, this is I thought I'd try and get all of the 1911s out today, just to do it in one video, because I did instead of doing, you know, an individual video for each, because that would be a bit silly. Well, I suppose not silly, but yeah, because I did basically a video of all 4 of them together, because to show you what the KWC foundation is. But yeah, so my review videos I did separately, I think. Yeah, I did. But obviously a shooting video, I didn't want to do the whole individual shooting video for them, because there's plenty of videos on them already. But yeah, I just wanted to get them all in one video in there for you. There we go. Oh, ice cream man again. There's your Remington. Again, every single one of these, absolutely cracking blowback, no messing around. Really reliable. Yeah, these are just fantastic pistols. Really well worth it. And to be honest, if they keep bringing different ones out of these, the KWC Foundation, I'll be buying them. I probably will end up with the 6-hour We the People as well at some point. That looks like an absolute beautiful pistol. Hopefully do get hold of that at some point. But yeah, folks, thanks very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment away. But yeah, thanks very much for your time. Take care.